Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well, and today we're going to be taking a look at some stocks that will be reporting earnings this week, and the very big stocks to keep an eye on. A lot of these stocks could be great companies or are great companies that have the potential to dip on earnings, and if they dip on earnings then there might be some good opportunities to go buy or invest into these companies. So it's one of those weeks where you don't be taking a week off, you don't want to be missing out every night because there could be some big news coming out and stocks making moves. So I'll kind of go through some of these companies that are, in my opinion, ones to watch. I might do a little bit of detail into these companies, but there'll be some I'll just briefly go past as well. And as always guys, smash that like button. I'll start off with US companies and I'll also do a couple of UK companies towards the end of the video. So I'll get stuck into today's video. So Monday is a bit more of a quieter day. By this time this video goes up, obviously Monday 5 PM, the morning ones would have reported their earnings. I think only Hasbro's one I kind of keep up to date with. And that's not really just because I like the company, I just kind of used to like the toys when I was younger, to be honest with you. So I kind of see how they're doing. Like, I think when Toys R Us went under, is it last year, the year before, I thought, oh, this is probably going to be the end for Hasbro now. You know, losing such a big partner as Toys R Us, or customers, Toys R Us. But actually the stock has held up pretty well since actually Toys R Us went under. So yeah, we'll see how Hasbro does. Like I said, I don't think it's a company I want to buy in. I just keep an eye on it just because of old time's sake, really. Tuesday, I think McDonald's is a good one. I mean, McDonald's for me is probably one of the best dividend stocks you can hold. You know, if you just want an easy life in the stock market, kind of put your feet up, and when everyone's kind of like running around screaming, going, the stock market's crashing, you can be like, McDonald's probably only go down 10%. It's like one of the easiest companies to hold. Yeah, it's still on a little bit of a discount, and it's a great dividend company, paying out a 2.5% dividend yield. So obviously they're reporting earnings, and yeah, I think McDonald's is a really good hold for me. If I were to buy 160 range would be pretty cool, but yeah, I think they pretty much stayed open through the drive-through through most of it. I think here in the UK they did close for a brief time, but the drive-through's open, and oh my god, it's so busy right now. Like, I think I went on yesterday. I forgot which day I went. I think I went on yesterday through the drive-through, and yeah, there was about 15 cars in that drive-through. So they can't be doing too bad for business still. And then we've got 3M, which is another dividend play, 3.6% dividend yield. And once again, McDonald's, 3M, two decent dividend stocks if you wanted to go down the dividend stock route. And yeah, I mean, it's been downtrending since 2018, but this thing's got a flat line eventually. Like, I don't know how much more this company can sell off, because it's still not a bad dividend company, really, is it? So I think maybe the 130s for this one. I might be tempted to pick some shares up. We'll see what happens on earnings. Raytheon Technologies, I know a few of you guys own that one. We've got Altria, which is one of my companies that I own. I expect just okay earnings from them, really. I don't think they'll move that much. I think cigarette sales will still be pretty strong in earnings. JetBlue, Harley-Davidson, if any of you guys track them. After close Tuesday, AMD, oh my god, that's a beast of a stock. Like, that is the one chip maker. I'm a big fan of Nvidia, but AMD I'm another big fan of. Just been on an absolute beast of a run, like $70. Like, I literally remember in like 2017 when this was like a $10 stock, and now it's gone up absolutely huge. Like, it's 7x'd in them years. So yeah, I should have, one of those I should have bought, but I just didn't really have a good grip when I started investing in like 2016, 2017. I didn't really have a great understanding of the chip players. So yeah, that's probably why I missed out. But I understand it now. Fantastic company. And yeah, I mean, if this was ever to dip to prices that I was like, oh, this is an easy buy, I would buy, but I don't think it will do. I think it's a very strong company. We've got Visa, a company that I own. I think we'll see what to do with them. It depends how much card payments have dropped. eBay, I'm a fan of eBay as a little bit of a swing trade. If I can get that one on earnings, I think they'll actually be pretty strong. Starbucks, I think it's actually pretty close to, like, I was going to make a video on this actually saying that Starbucks is starting to get to prices where I'm like, this is pretty cheap compared to the market. Like $75, if I can get this in the 60s, I might be tempted to buy. So we'll see what happens with Starbucks. I think they end up closing a lot of the stores, so that could be an interesting one. And then that's probably it for me on the Tuesday. On the Wednesday, Shopify, great company. We'll see what they do. I'm sure they should do okay with the online sales. So we'll see what happens with Shopify. Boeing, a company that I own. Yeah, I don't really know what that's going to be. But I'm quite far off buying this one. I think it needs to dip a lot more for me to be kind of interested in this one. I think it would have to go all the way back down to 112 for me to carry on buying. It's the one that I bought really heavy in like the coronavirus dip. So yeah, for me, I'm kind of happy where I am with Boeing, but we'll see what happens with them. Spotify, I know a lot of you guys have asked me to cover that one, so I will try probably do that at some point. So yeah, I'll try to do a featured video on Spotify, but we'll see how they do. Afria, I know some of you guys are interested in that one. And then Wednesday after close, a bit more of a crazy one again. We've got Facebook, obviously big company for me, my second biggest company. We'll see what they do. It'll be the ad revenue on that one. PayPal, I wouldn't mind buying PayPal at the right prices. Qualcomm, another one. If at the right prices, I'll definitely buy Qualcomm, one of the biggest 4G players that you could have. Lam Research, United Rentals, a company that I always like look at and I'm like, I should buy this one, and I never do. I think it's the balance sheet that always puts me off that one, if I remember right. And then Thursday, UPS, MasterCard, you know, the payment companies coming in. So UPS will be decent. I quite like UPS. That would be another dividend stock if I was to do a dividend portfolio. MasterCard, AstraZeneca, I think that's obviously been off the hype of the vaccine. P&G, Kraft Heinz, Budweiser. Obviously that's Altria have a 10% stake in Budweiser, so yeah, we'll see how that one plays out. And then after the close on Thursday, another crazy day, we've got Amazon. Yeah, Amazon, to be honest with you, I've been thinking about Amazon a lot recently, and I've been thinking that at the right prices I should really buy this one, because it's a company that's just going to dominate for the next 5 years. So I've even considered maybe buying a little bit in 52-week highs, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's one that I'm definitely thinking about a lot at the moment. And as well as that, you know, you guys know that I don't buy at 52-week highs. So for me to be saying that I'm interested at 52-week highs says how much I am a big fan of Amazon. Apple, see how they do. I don't think they should have pretty weak earnings, because I'm sure the Apple stores are always like closing down because of the CV. So yeah, Apple might have an interesting dip. Ford Motor Company, Google, see how much, same with Facebook, it depends on the ad rates with them. MGM Resorts, EA will be a good one. Then on Friday, I know some of you guys are invested in ExxonMobil for the dividend play. AbbVie, I think a few guys are in AbbVie as well, not a bad company. I would buy that one at the right sort of prices. Then we've got Pinterest, a stock that I own, so we'll see how they do. Once again, relying on adverts and how much people are paying for adverts. Caterpillar, Chevron, Under Armour. I think if you guys got Under Armour as your free share on Trading 212, so you might be checking that one out for that one. But yeah, overall, a busy week of earnings. I think this one, maybe next week's busy, but this one's definitely got a lot of earnings. This is like the last kind of peak one in my opinion, so a lot to keep an eye on, especially that Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, even Friday. To be fair, Friday's probably one of the biggest Fridays that I've seen for a long time. So yeah, definitely a lot to keep an eye on the opening and the close of the markets when these are reporting earnings. Now on the UK side, we did get news that the air bridge between the UK and Spain is getting closed, so we'll see how, by the time the video goes up, we'll probably know what's happened. But yeah, we'll see how Dark Group acts to that, if it's going to dip. Also, I'll probably keep an eye on Wizz Air, one that I need to check in on, see what happens with the airlines today after that kind of news about the air bridge between us and Spain cancelling. A lot of holidays going to be cancelled because of that. So Dark Group's probably the one to watch and see what happens. It would have to dip to some decent prices for me to buy, but we'll see what happens with that one. And then we've got Taylor Wimpey reporting earnings. Yeah, I think they should do okay, because I think they were only closed for a little bit, and I still think house sales will be pretty strong. So we'll see how Taylor Wimpey do. We've got Greggs, the steak bake king. Obviously they're reporting earnings, one of my biggest positions in the UK stock market. I mean, I think they were closed for pretty much 4 months of the whole half a year, so I'm not expecting great earnings from them, but I think a lot of that's been priced in. It's been declining in a bit recently, the stock as well, so I'm a little bit tempted to buy a little bit more anyway. So yeah, we've got Greggs as well, and one of the last ones is Aston Martin. Obviously they had to lay off a lot of people. You know, they had to get rid of the jobs, which obviously if you're a company that had a very good first quarter, you wouldn't be getting rid of people's jobs. So I probably think that they will have a bad earnings, but the thing is as well is like a stock like Aston Martin, it's priced so negatively on a dip. Like sometimes bad news is good news for a company like this because it's better than awful news. So if the news from Aston Martin is bad news and instead of terrible news, then the stock actually might go up really. So we'll see what happens with Aston Martin. I'm going to probably actually do a full video on them again, maybe this week or next week, just to update you guys on that one, because I've had a lot of you guys ask about Aston Martin and Cineworld, so I will probably do a little bit of an update on them too. So guys, those are some stocks to watch this week, some US stocks, some UK stocks. I hope you found that useful for you guys, and some dates to check out some of the companies that you own that might be reporting earnings. And overall, let me know in the comment section below companies that you're really looking forward to that are reporting earnings. I'll be interested to know, especially if it's like a company that's your biggest position as well. I always like knowing what is your biggest position in your stock market portfolio. But anyway, that's the video for today, guys. So as always, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.